some crazy misogynist engineered The View, because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View.
People want us divided, and they aren't just here in this country. There are foreign adversaries who are infiltrating our social media because it is prudent for us to stay that way.
You're seeing this, not just waste. You could call it waste, but it's deeper. It's deeper than waste. It's corruption. And you're seeing that corruption get weeded out. I am hoping that this is successful and that it yields a benefit to the American people.
The walls are finally closing in on The View, and this time, there's no easy escape. After years of throwing accusations left and right, the show that thrived on controversy is now drowning in its own storm. Over 30 defamation lawsuits have been filed against the long-running talk show, and the consequences are proving to be far more serious than anyone could have imagined. ABC executives have been forced into an impossible position. Either continue backing a show that could cost them millions in legal fees or cut their losses before it's too late. The decision has been made. The View is officially suspended indefinitely. And let's just say, not everyone is handling it well. At first, the hosts brushed off the growing backlash, treating it as just another bump in the road. But this time, things were different. These weren't just threats. These were real, high-stakes lawsuits backed by some of the most powerful names in business and politics. And when billionaires and former presidents start fighting back, the game changes completely. Whoopi Goldberg, the show's most outspoken voice, is reportedly fuming, blaming cancel culture and claiming she's being unfairly targeted. But let's be real, this is not about political correctness. This is about years of reckless accusations finally catching up with the people who thought they were untouchable. One of the biggest names leading the charge? None other than Elon Musk. For years, he's been a favorite target of The View, with the hosts attacking everything from his businesses to his personal life. But Musk isn't the kind of man to sit back and let his reputation take a hit. Fresh off winning an $80 million lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg, he's now coming back even harder, filing new defamation suits against the show. And here's the thing, Musk has the resources to make this legal battle an absolute nightmare for ABC. This isn't just about clearing his name, this is about setting an example. And then there's Donald Trump. Once upon a time, The View had no problem welcoming him on their panel when he was just a businessman. But the moment he entered politics, everything changed. Suddenly, he became their #1 enemy, and they never missed a chance to attack him. But now, Trump and his legal team are preparing to strike back, and they're not coming alone. His wife, Melania, is reportedly exploring her own legal options after repeated defamatory remarks were made about her. The days of unchecked accusations are over, and The View is finally facing the consequences of its actions. ABC, realizing the severity of the situation, has been forced to act fast. Officially, they've stated that the show is being suspended while they reassess its direction. But behind the scenes, sources say panic is setting in. The financial risks are massive, and with advertisers pulling out left and right, the network knows they're in serious trouble. Damage control is in full effect, but it may already be too late. Meanwhile, Whoopi is doubling down, trying to justify her past comments and insisting that her words have been taken out of context. But the reality is, this isn't just about one offhand remark. It's about a pattern of behavior that has finally caught up with her. Some of the people she targeted aren't just walking away. They're coming for her credibility, her money, and possibly even her career. What started as a few scattered lawsuits has now snowballed into a full-blown legal nightmare. And while some of The View's co-hosts are trying to quietly distance themselves from the controversy, it may already be too late. The damage has been done, and the show that once prided itself on stirring the pot is now the one being burned. The legal storm surrounding The View is reaching a boiling point, and Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts are finding themselves backed into a corner. Trump's legal team has spent years collecting evidence against the show, meticulously documenting every defamatory comment. Now, they are ready to take it all to court. But it's not just about legal battles. If this case gains traction, The View's entire legacy could crumble, and its hosts will have nowhere to hide. Yet, Trump and Musk are not the only ones making moves. Hollywood and the music industry are also turning their backs on The View. When the biggest names in entertainment unite against you, trouble is inevitable. Country superstar Carrie Underwood, known for steering clear of political controversies, has unexpectedly stepped into the battlefield. She recently announced that she would be performing at the upcoming inauguration, stating that unity and moving forward as a nation should be the priority. While many of her fans support her decision, others have voiced their disapproval. However, what no one saw coming was Carrie Underwood taking legal action against The View. Yes, you heard that right. The country music icon is suing The View for millions in damages. It all started when Joy Behar made reckless accusations, suggesting that Carrie was betraying her country by aligning herself with certain political figures, claims that had no factual basis. Rather than engaging in a social media spat, Carrie took a different approach. She went straight to the courts. Legal documents reveal that she is accusing The View of intentional defamation, alleging that their statements have negatively impacted her reputation and career. Defamation lawsuits are difficult to win, but when intent is proven, when it's clear that false statements were knowingly made, the legal repercussions are severe. Joy Behar and ABC might be staring at a hefty payout if Carrie emerges victorious, but the impact of Carrie's lawsuit extends beyond just her. Other country artists are now speaking out, calling The View out for their biased narratives and relentless attacks on individuals they don't align with. Some are even hinting at potential legal action of their own. What started as a single lawsuit is quickly escalating into a full-scale industry revolt against The View. And just when you think the situation couldn't get any worse, Joe Rogan enters the scene. This is where things take an even more dramatic turn. During a segment, Whoopi Goldberg took aim at Rogan, labeling him as dangerous and irresponsible, accusing his podcast of spreading misinformation. However, what she didn't anticipate was that Joe Rogan doesn't back down from a fight. With millions of loyal listeners and an empire that spans beyond podcasting, he is a force to be reckoned with. Instead of brushing off the comments, Rogan fired back. He exposed The View's history of spreading misleading information, calling out their double standards and reminding his audience of the show's past controversies. But Rogan didn't stop at words. He took action. He filed a defamation lawsuit against The View, claiming that their statements had damaged his brand and reputation. And here's where it gets even more intense. He has the receipts. Rogan's legal team has compiled an extensive list of clips where The View hosts made demonstrably false claims about him. He presented a timeline of every instance where they twisted facts or outright fabricated narratives about him. With mounting evidence and an aggressive legal strategy, this lawsuit could be the final nail in the coffin for The View. When you have multiple high-profile lawsuits, a growing public backlash, and advertisers distancing themselves from the show, the inevitable happens. ABC had no choice but to step in. The network suspended The View indefinitely. The damage control nightmare had become unmanageable, with legal battles from Carrie Underwood and Joe Rogan gaining traction. Along with a rising tide of celebrities and fans turning against them, the decision was clear. The View had to be taken off the air. Wow, what a whirlwind. From Elon Musk and Donald Trump firing back with legal fury to Carrie Underwood and Joe Rogan refusing to stay silent, The View's downfall has been nothing short of a spectacle. Years of unchecked commentary have finally caught up. And now, with lawsuits piling up and ABC scrambling for damage control, it looks like this might just be the end of an era. Whoopi Goldberg, once an untouchable force on daytime TV, is now at the center of a controversy that could redefine media accountability. But what do you think? Is The View's suspension a well-deserved consequence? Or is this just another case of cancel culture going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it all. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on Hollywood's biggest showdowns.